is the formula I'm using. Anytime it comes to a point, whether it's a pyramid or a cone, you have that 1/3. So we're going to start by writing our formula, which is 1/3 V equals 1/3 big B H. And then yesterday, what did we focus on finding first? Big B. Big B is not base. It's the area of the base. So what shape is my base? A square. So what formula am I going to use for B? Good. So length times width. What two numbers are for my base? 8.8 times 8.8 because it's a square. So if I multiply those two numbers, what do I get? 77.44. I'm going to write both because it's like a short decimal. So I'm just going to write the whole thing. Okay. 77.44. So now I'm going to take that just like we did yesterday, and I'm plugging that in to the volume formula. So I have 1/3 77.44. And then the height is how much? That's not right. No. It's at an angle. So because it's crooked, when you go to the doctor, you don't like stand like this and I measure you for your height, okay? Because that's like my hypotenuse, okay? You have to stand straight up. So I need the vertical height. So in your picture, we're going to draw the vertical height going from the point at the top straight down, not all the way to like the bottom, but like to the middle of the base, because it's technically touching the middle of the base. And then I'm going to connect it going to the right to the side. And what shape did I make? Triangle. All right, triangle. So that is 90, the not like the length, but the corner is 90 degrees. Yeah. So we're basically going to draw this off to the side. Okay. It is kind of confusing because like you're trying to now draw a two-dimensional shape inside the 3D shape.
Yeah.
Okay. So the hypotenuse is 12.5 because that's the slant height. I need to find the actual vertical height. So I'm going to put an H here because that's what I'm going to find. The base is not 8.8. It is 4.4 because 8.8 is the whole distance. I need half of it. So 4.4 is the bottom of my right triangle. Yes. So this is why last week we took it really slow. We did a day of Pythagorean theorem. We did a day of practice Pythagorean theorem. We did a day of area of 2D shapes because it all comes together for our 3D shapes. So take a second. You're going to solve your Pythagorean theorem, square your number, and then you're going to minus that 4.4 squared to both sides. Yes. So you should get 163.89. Remember, you need a shift square root. So you get 11.7 for your H. So that is the height inside your 3D shape. Now I can use 11.7 for my volume formula. So take a second. You're going to finish multiplying these all together. It's like using everything. Welcome to geometry, where you have to use multiple things in one breath. Yeah, which is like, we're gonna round to, it's like just 302 because it's 302.016. So the one, yeah, so we're just gonna say 302. You can't see the boards? Can't see. Can't see. Are you blind? Should you move to the front? Are you sure? That was fun. Okay, let's do a word problem. Okay, number 6 on the back. So we skipped our word problems yesterday. Number 6 on the back says, at Candy Kitchen, so at Candy Kitchen, an ice cream cone holder is used to show the size of the waffle cones given to customers. Determine the volume of the cone holder shown below. The width of the cone is 3 inches and the height is 5 inches. So those numbers aren't in our picture. Why don't we add those? So of just the cone, what's the height? 5. Because it says the height's 5. What's the width of the cone? Which is a weird way to say diameter, but 3. So this whole distance is 3. Okay. So does anybody have an idea of how I could calculate the volume of the cone holder itself? What would be the process to do this? Well, hold on, pause. Like, what's your thinking process? What would I have to do? Like, not math wise, I don't want a formula right now. Like, what do you think I'm gonna have to do with these shapes? Okay, solve them individually, and then what?
Yeah, like one.
Okay, so if I find the volume of the prism, because it's a rectangular prism, and then I find the volume of the cone, now is that cone is like that filled with anything technically? No, it's not filled with anything. So should I add them or should I subtract them? Subtract. Because if you think about it, the cone holder, okay, the cone fits into it. So it's hollow because the cone is hollow because it's holding the ice cream cone for display. So we're going to subtract them because it's hollow on the inside. So what is the shape that I'm going to use? What's my formula I'm going to use for the prism itself? Nope. Not based on type, but big B H. Okay, so big B is not the base, it's the variable. Okay, so take a second, find big B of the prism. But like you have to like big B is 40, like because it's length times width, right? So 7 times 7 is 49. What's the height of the prism? 7. So we're gonna do 49 times 7. What? 343. Now we have to find the cone. So flip your paper if you need, or use your blue sheet. Look for your volume formula of a cone. You're not going to have this piece of paper with the pictures. You need to look at your blue sheet, try to find volume formula because there's a lot going on the blue sheets. Take a minute, try to calculate the volume of the cone.
Yo, I didn't think the first
So you should be using 1/3 big BH. Your base for your cone is not length times width. You should be using what for your big B? No. No.
Base of area.
What's the shape of the cone?
Circle.
It's a circle.
Radius.
So pi r squared. So you are using the circle. The radius of the circle is not 3. It's 1.5. So take a minute if you haven't done it yet. Or if you did it wrong, fix it now. What's the height of the cone? It tells you.
So then.
So what's my big B for my cone?
7.1.
7.1. So I'm using 1/3, 7.1. And I wouldn't clear the calculator. I'd keep this in the calculator. Okay. Remember, try not to clear your calculator. Just leave that there. And then what's the height of my cone? 5. 5 is from, it's from the problem in the very beginning. I told you we're going to add these numbers. So it's not in the picture, but it's in the word problem. So if you're lost in the sauce, you got to add your numbers. You're lost.
I think I'm good, bro. I swear. I can't speak. I think you're lost in the song. I'm not. Ooh. I think you're lost. In the song. My stomach.
Okay. So I'm taking my big B, which is 7.1. I'm multiplying by 5, which is my height. I'm multiplying by 1/3 using the fraction button, which is 11.8. What am I doing with these two numbers? Subtracting, because I want to know the difference between them, because there is not a cone on top, like a happy face cone, like a party hat on the top. It's inside the box. So I'm subtracting because there's a difference between them. So if I subtract those two numbers, what do we get? Good. So the prism was 343. The cone was 11.8. You minus them.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Okay. So put this paper to the side. I would keep it out because I think you like the front. The front has the pictures with the formulas and there's an example of each. So let's go to the next piece of paper. So everybody should have a worksheet that looks like this. This is, stop complaining. I'll tell you which one's cross out.
Oh, you crossed out?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so both of these, I misnumbered this. So it's 1 through 10 on the front. It's also 1 through 10 on the back. So make sure you're looking at the right side. So your hole should be on the left. It should say volume of prisms and cylinders on the front. This is the front. Put your name on it. We're going to cross out some on the front and we're going to cross out some on the back because I don't want you to do 23D shape problems. Okay. Also, this is not going to be turned in on Canvas. There is no spot. So if you accidentally forget, if you look later, I'm not going to make a spot for it. You're going to turn this in physically either today if you finish, which third period, like a lot of them finished, like everyone. And then first and second, we're struggling, but I think it's because of the morning. So you may finish. If you finish, you're going to turn it into the back bin for period 5. If you need to take it home to finish, that's fine. You're going to turn it in tomorrow when you come in. So put your name on this. You're going to cross out number 2. You're going to cross out number 4. On the front, you are also crossing out 7 and 8. So I'll say it again. On the front, you're crossing out 1, or maybe, oh, not 1. You're crossing out 2, 4, 7, and 8. We go with the front. Go to the back. On the back. Cross out number 3. Cross out number 6. And 8. So 3, 6, and 8, you can cross out. because I figured you wouldn't want to like do more. Number on the back, 3, 6, and 8. Number 7, put a star next to it. He's special. 7 special.
Progressing.
He's not special. Okay, let's go to the front. On the front, shh, do you guys think it's separated over there? The ding dongs. I'm making assigned seats, and I was going to keep you guys in the same spots, but I forgot the period is kind of annoying. Okay, what do we see on the front that's a little wonky? Okay, 10, and what else? And 9. They're the same as normal. They're just zesty. Okay, so they're a little. What's up? Yeah, go ahead. It's the same. Okay, so don't get tripped up because they look a little special. Okay, let's go to number 10. We'll do number 10. Although it's tilted, what shape is it?
That's a cylinder.
That's a cylinder. Even though it's a little wonky, it's fine. We're going to use the cylinder formula. So what is the formula for a cylinder for volume?
E equals 4 pi RC. B equals, B equals big B, C, B.
Okay, big BH. You always start with finding the B. So we're going to do B off to the side. So we'll do B over here. Now, if you shade in your base, you have to pick, am I using length times width or am I using a different formula for this? No. We need to do what? Are we using length times width?
Yes.
No,
Oh, we're using circle.
it's a circle. So what formula do I have to use for a circle for the area? Pi r squared. Okay, I need to find the radius of the base. So I have 14. So how much is my radius? 7. Hey, can you write something down? I'm literally doing the problem for you. Write it down. No, you. Yeah,
You're sitting there.
yeah. So in your calculator, 7 to the power of 2, and then you're going to multiply by pi.
123, no, wait. 454.
We're going to round to nearest tenth, so we're going to say 0.9. Because it says, so it's 15393. So that 3, if it was 5 or bigger, this would round to 154. But because that 3 is less than 5, that 9 stays. So we're going to keep that there. Remember, just keep this in your calculator. I know we're going to do 10th. So big B is 153.9. So now I need to look for my height.
That's actually.
It is not 7.5. Why is it not? 7? Because it's not straight up. Okay. So 7.5 is over here. 7.5 is also over here. I need to find the actual vertical height using that right triangle. So Pythagoras, he's back. Okay. So we're going to do the Pythagorean theorem. I have A, B, C is always the hypotenuse. So I'm going to do A squared or H squared, whatever you want to call it, plus 4.5 squared equals 7.5 squared. So take a second. You're going to square the numbers.
Each other.
So with boys touching each other, stop it. I think so. Okay, so if you take the square root of 36, what do you get for your heights? 6. So now I can actually finish this just by multiplying. Bless you. So the problems on this paper, both sides, okay, they do not involve, that's your word. Like, they're gonna move fast because you really don't have to do this. There's one other problem that you're gonna have to do the Pythagorean theorem for, okay? Just one out of both sides, and it's the one you just put a star next to, okay? So I would start maybe at the top, work your way up to a Pythagorean theorem problem. It's mixed of all the shapes we've done. So work with your people at your table. If you get done, you're turning it into the bin. If you complete a problem, check with your neighbor. Once, if you if you and your neighbors all have different answers, then call me over. I'll be walking around, I'll be helping people, but also check with your table partners. That's where you're sitting in your groups. Okay. I got it wrong. What did I get wrong? 153.9 times 6.
Oh, that's.
Oh, okay. So good point. Because I had to clear out my calculator to use the Pythagorean theorem, I used the rounded decimal, which is 153.9 times 6. So that's like using the rounded decimal. So it's slightly off if you go back and want to retype in 49 times pi and then use this whole decimal and then times it by 6. This is technically the more exact answer, which is 923.6 instead of 0.4, but that's okay. That's why I'm saying, like, if you round it, it's fine. You're technically more right than I am, though, if you go back and change it. But I don't want you, if you clear your calculator, do Pythagorean theorem, it's like, it is what it is. Okay. But yes, 0.6 is correct. More correct than 0.4. So let me know if you get stuck. Let me know if you need help. You're going to turn this in.
Oh, wait, so. First, you divide by.